Hello, all. This is Sheila. This is week 38, and I wanted to do something a little bit different this week. I wanted to discuss something that is not usually discussed during pregnancy. Maybe it's because I had just experienced this for the first time in my entire life, but I didn't experience this during my first pregnancy. But prodromal labor, if anyone's never heard of that, is because it's not as common as people think, but it is something that happens to women. Prodromal labor is something that mimics actually going into labor, but so you're experiencing the contractions of labor. They're coming about 5 minutes apart, they're intense, but then eventually they just dissipate. And they can last hours, and they just come and go. And I have been experiencing that for the past week. The first time I experienced it was on a Thursday, and I went in thinking, okay, this is it. I'm gonna have this baby, only to not dilate, and that was like, what is wrong with me? Why would I go through this intense pain for literally 4 hours before I can even, make it to the hospital? And then all of a sudden, within 2 more hours, they just slowly go away. It happened again a few days later, and then a few days later, I've gone to the hospital 3 different times in the past week, thinking that I was in active labor, only to have it be prodromal. And it is sucky to say the least. And not only that, it's confusing, and it makes you feel like you're crazy, and it's like, why am I feeling these pains if I'm not going into labor, if I'm not dilating, if I'm not effacing, if I'm not having this baby now? Why am I going through this? And apparently there's a such thing, like I said, as prodromal labor. The prodromal labor is, I guess, between the Braxton Hicks that I've been having for a while, but they aren't painful. And actual labor is another phase called prodromal, where your body is literally preparing itself for labor, but in that preparation, it is causing you immense pain, and it's causing you what feels like actual labor pains, and what it feels like you're going through it. And for me, they last between 4 and 6 hours. And that is a lot of time for me to be going through these labor pains, only for them to just peter out and then no baby. And so this Christmas have been a little bit more stressful than it needed to be, because of me not understanding what's going on, me trying to figure out why it is happening, and me talking to the women in my family like, did this happen to you? Oh, this happened to me. Like, why don't we talk about these things? If these things are happening to women all the time, why don't we talk about them? And so I'm just letting you know that if you are experiencing these prodromal labors, if you're experiencing these back to back pains but no dilation, it's possibly that you're going through a prodromal labor, and that you are not crazy. Your body is actually going through this, and eventually you will have your baby. And so, for an update with me, I am going to be induced on December 30th at midnight. So go in on the 29th, and then at 12:01, boom, baby is going to be induced. So I'm going to ask for assistance in my dilation, because I know it's going to have, I don't know, but I believe there's going to be some difficulties in me dilating. Like I had difficulties in dilating for my son. And so, yeah, I'm just giving you guys a heads up that prodromal labor is real. The things that you're going through are real. We don't know why this happens. There is no cure for it. There's no cause for it. It's just something that happens to some women. So I pray for you during this time, and I pray that once everything is done, that you have a lovely bundle of joy at the end, like I'm prepared to have. So praise Jesus and happy birthday, Jesus! It's Christmas time, as you can see, and I am so ready to meet my daughter. And I'm going to tell her about herself. She's so dramatic, but again, I will see you guys on the other side, and Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa and Happy Hanukkah as well. Bye, you guys.